Once, someone asked Buddha whether it was better to walk alone or with others. His response echoes like a wise whisper through the centuries. It is better to be alone than with a foolish person. This isn't a statement against companionship, but rather a powerful reminder that the quality of our interactions shapes our inner journey. Being with the wrong person can not only drain our energies, but also steer us away from our true path. Others' influence can be like a current pulling us away from our own essence, instead of allowing us to guide and nurture those around us with wisdom and compassion. Understanding this dynamic is essential for cultivating a life of authenticity and spiritual growth, where time dedicated to reflection and self-awareness becomes a source of inner strength and clarity. I feel truly at peace when I am alone, as it's a time when I don't face the complexities that arise in social interactions. It's a sacred time to reflect and strengthen myself without adding additional obstacles to my personal journey. Those who appreciate solitude often find themselves well-adjusted both psychologically and emotionally. It's a space where there are no limits to our inner growth. Each moment reserved for oneself is an opportunity to contemplate how we can evolve and be better than yesterday. Try dedicating an entire day exclusively to yourself without the usual distractions like reading, TV, or your phone. Sit in silence, be alert, without giving in to sleep. It's fascinating to observe how our often turbulent mind behaves in these moments of stillness. Before fully connecting with others, it's essential that we deeply know ourselves, constantly seeking to enhance our understanding of ourselves and our interactions with the world around us. This process of growth isn't limited to the biological aspect alone. It's a conscious evolution that all of us should pursue as an essential part of our life journey. Knowing how to be alone is an art that profoundly enriches our ability to enjoy the company of others. As social beings, we find pleasure in sharing experiences and connections with different individuals, but we also value the uniqueness of our capacity for solitude. In a world where time wields its transformative power, we learn that the quality of our company can determine the quality of our journey. As the ancient proverb goes, for short trips, solitude can be a source of reflection and self-discovery, while for longer journeys, choosing the right companionship is crucial for mutual enrichment. Wisdom lies in discerning between good company, which uplifts and enriches, and a presence that can become a burden. According to Buddha, it is preferable to walk alone than alongside someone lacking wisdom. Ultimately, we are born alone and face our mortality in solitude. Thus, being truly at peace with oneself is the essential foundation for fully enjoying the company of others, preventing social interaction from becoming an existential discomfort. Unlike other species, we humans possess the remarkable ability to simply exist without being driven by compulsive impulses. This unique ability allows us to pause and ponder before acting, reflecting on the consequences of our choices. When we come together, we form a collective that recognizes itself as we. Yet each of us maintains a distinct and unique identity. Being a truly whole individual involves achieving an internal integrity that doesn't fragment into different parts or social roles, but remains whole and cohesive in all life circumstances. It's the ability to deeply know oneself, accepting both virtues and imperfections, and thus cultivating an autonomy that isn't lost in group dynamics or external expectations. When everything is going as expected, it's common to take full credit for our successes. However, when something goes wrong, we often look for a scapegoat to blame. Sometimes we blame our own ego, a part of ourselves that we try to separate from the positive and negative aspects of our personality. However, truly being an individual involves fully accepting responsibility for who we are. If we manage to be wonderful in certain situations, it's to our credit. Similarly, if we act unpleasantly, it's also a direct reflection of our choices and behaviors. In many cultures around the world, people are taught to divide themselves internally, placing different aspects of their personality into categories of good and bad. However, true individuality emerges when we recognize and embrace all parts of ourselves, including those that may be considered less desirable. We all experience moments of triumph and challenge throughout our lives, and understanding that these dualities are part of the complexity of who we are is essential for personal growth and for developing more authentic and meaningful relationships. Fully accepting our humanity, with all its nuances and imperfections, allows us not only to grow individually, but also to connect more genuinely with others around us. Over time, we tend to notice that unpleasant moments in life become less frequent or intense. This perception expands when we understand that both wonderful and unpleasant experiences are integral parts of who we are. This awareness empowers us to seek positive changes in our lives. In India, it's common to hear the expression, "It's my karma, what can I do?" reflecting resignation in the face of events determined by past actions. However, this phrase also implicitly carries the power to take actions that can alter the course of future events. Thus, while we acknowledge the influences of karma on our lives, we also recognize our ability to intervene and seek solutions that promote a more positive and harmonious path. Being a true individual is crucial, as it implies an integrity that doesn't fragment under circumstances. It means accepting that every aspect of our personality, whether admirable or problematic, successful or flawed, is an inseparable part of who we are. This acceptance enables us to take responsibility for our actions and makes us aware of the impact we have on ourselves and those around us. It's a call to fully embrace our identity, with all its complexities and contradictions. While many creatures, like wild animals and monkeys, rely on social cohesion for survival and well-being, humans stand out for our unique ability to find meaning and growth in solitude. This privilege of simply existing without the compulsion for constant activity is essential to our essence as human beings. It's in solitude that our potential for self-reflection and personal transformation truly flourishes. When we are alone, we are free to explore the deepest recesses of our mind and heart, unravel our most intimate motivations, and confront our fears and challenges without external distractions. This period of introspection not only strengthens our connection with ourselves, but also enables us to develop a deeper understanding of others and the world around us. Thus, solitude is not just an absence of company, but a valuable source of personal growth and self-discovery that defines the unique journey of human beings. Our capacity for conscious evolution represents a fundamental distinction from other forms of life. While the biological evolution of other creatures is a fixed and slow process, we humans can consciously and deliberately transform our own life trajectory without depending on the millions of years biological evolution requires. This process extends beyond physical development to encompass the expansion of our consciousness, understanding, and wisdom throughout our existence. Before deeply connecting with others, it's essential to reserve daily moments or periods in life to withdraw and reflect on how we can improve a little more each day. These moments of introspection not only allow us to strengthen our relationship with ourselves, but also empower us to establish more meaningful connections with others. While many seek company out of basic necessity, a specific purpose, or simply because they cannot bear to be alone, it's crucial to recognize that the quality of these interactions is deeply influenced by our ability to be comfortable in our own company. When we're caught in a compulsive cycle of constant mental activity, it's challenging to find space to simply exist. The overload of stimuli and distractions can obscure our ability to contemplate, learn, and grow inwardly. Therefore, cultivating moments of tranquility and reflection not only nurtures our emotional and mental well-being, but also empowers us to navigate life's flow consciously, contributing to continuous and meaningful personal evolution. When we learn to appreciate and value solitude, our ability to live with others becomes a rich and meaningful experience. Knowing how to be alone not only allows us to enjoy the company of others more deeply and authentically, but also empowers us to consciously unite, choosing when and how to share our time and energy with others. While nature sets clear limits for all creatures, we, as human beings, are unique in our ability to overcome barriers and reach new heights of personal and spiritual development. There's no upper limit to our potential for growth and transformation. Try the following exercise. Set aside a period of 24 hours to withdraw from all external distractions. Choose an appropriate time away from the presence of others. During this time, retreat to your room and dedicate yourself to being present and alert, without giving in to sleep. Throughout this period, avoid reading, watching television, or using your phone. Simply be with yourself. If you observe your mind closely, you may notice how it tends to become restless and seek external stimuli. For many of us, the mind is like a whirlwind of incessant thoughts when not occupied with external activities. The practice of being in silence with oneself can reveal much about our mental and emotional patterns, providing a unique opportunity for self-discovery and inner tranquility. In a profound reflection, Sadhguru offers a powerful perspective on solitude and self-company. He questions whether feeling miserable when alone in a room indicates that we are in the wrong company, our own. This insight suggests that the quality of our solitude reveals much about our emotional and mental state. If we suffer even when accompanied by others, there may be a complicated interpersonal dynamic at play. However, if we find ourselves alone and experiencing suffering, it is a clear sign that we need to address and resolve our internal challenges without relying on external distractions. In a conversation with former cricket player Matthew Hayden, Sadhguru shares his personal experiences of spending significant periods in complete solitude, both in the forests of southern India and in the Himalayas. He admits that despite being constantly surrounded by people in today's world, his best version emerges when he is alone. Solitude offers him a precious space to be free from external noise and to deeply and authentically connect with himself. He contrasts this experience with the common tendency of many people who, when left alone, end up entangling themselves in their own thoughts, creating imaginary problems, and experiencing a sense of loss and disconnection with themselves. If someone truly appreciates being alone, it not only indicates a healthy psychological and emotional adjustment, but also reveals a profound connection with oneself. Although it may be challenging initially, once one experiences this genuine solitude, it becomes an essential need in daily life. Imagine the scenario described: stepping away from all noise and distraction around, deliberately disconnecting from the external world. For many, this may seem like a radical act of self-isolation, but for those who value this time with themselves, it is a precious opportunity to cultivate a deep and meaningful inner connection. During this retreat, there is no reading, TV, phone, or even looking out the window to distract the mind. Instead, an internal phenomenon of life emerges, an experience that transcends any form of external entertainment. In these moments of complete solitude, the individual opens up to a vast and often unexplored inner universe, where introspection and contemplation become the primary activities. It's a time to reconnect with thoughts, feelings, and personal aspirations in a way that's not possible when constantly engaged in the demands and stimuli of the external world. This practice not only nurtures emotional and mental well-being, but also strengthens the ability to self-discover and cultivate a deeper perspective on life and its meanings. One of the essential aspects of the spiritual practice we offer is the cultivation of silence. For many people, this practice can range from a few days to several years, during which they completely abstain from speaking, maintaining a profound state of inner quietude. In a modern world where sharing every detail of life has become common, from trivial moments to the most intimate ones, simply sitting in silence represents a significant and transformative challenge. Most people live immersed in the incessant drama of their own thoughts and emotions. When they find themselves bored or idle, they have a natural impulse to seek activities or interactions to fill the void. Often these minds are occupied with a constant turmoil of thoughts, feelings, ideas, opinions, ideologies, and biases. Sadhguru argues that this constant agitation does not reflect a truly fulfilling life, but rather a fragmented and superficial existence. He shares the experience of simply sitting silently for days on end, without being dominated by a single thought, just fully present in the moment. These are the most precious and transformative moments, during which he deeply connects with himself and the essence of existence. While many around him may consider it superhuman to achieve such a feat, for Sadhguru, it is not about transcendence or superiority, but recognizing the extraordinary intrinsic capability of the human condition to experience life fully and authentically. It is no coincidence that humans are considered the pinnacle of evolution on this planet. As time inexorably moves forward, it is our own lives that are in constant flux. Many people tend to think that mortality is something only others face. but it is a universal reality that we will all eventually confront. Understanding the finiteness of our time and energy encourages us to manage them effectively and meaningfully. If we dedicate each moment of our existence to doing what truly matters to us, we can live a truly wonderful life. This means prioritizing activities, relationships, and accomplishments that resonate with our deepest values and bring us a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Awareness of the inexorable passage of time reminds us of the importance of every decision and action we take. No matter what we do, we cannot stop the flow of time, but we can consciously choose how to invest our precious resources of time and energy to create a life that fills us with meaning and personal satisfaction. In one of his lectures, Sadhguru addresses the theme of spiritual solitude, emphasizing that regardless of social interactions or material support we may receive throughout life, the spiritual journey is a solitary one. He emphasizes the importance of diligently caring for our spiritual part, as it is essential for our growth and inner well-being. Sadhguru reminds us that spiritually, each individual is always alone. As much as we share experiences and moments with others on the material plane, it is our own spiritual journey that we must nurture and cultivate individually. This perspective leads us to reflect on the personal responsibility we have towards our spiritual development, regardless of external circumstances. He also reminds us of the inevitability of existential loneliness. We come into this world alone, and ultimately, each of us departs alone. This deep understanding invites us to value the internal connection with our spiritual essence, even as we navigate the complexities and interactions of daily life. Thus, by recognizing and nurturing our spiritual dimension, we can find a lasting source of peace, clarity, and meaning amidst the transient experiences of the material world. Even if someone has the company of a twin brother or twin sister, the personal journey remains a solitary experience at its core. This reflection echoes the wisdom of Buddha, who emphasized the importance of choosing companions carefully. He stated that it is better to walk alone than to be in the company of a fool, whose presence can not only drain our vital energy but also divert us from our purpose and spiritual path. This analogy resonates with the idea that even in close or familial relationships, each individual maintains their own inner journey and personal responsibility. The presence of a twin sibling, while sharing similar genetic traits and life stories, does not alter the fundamental reality that each person lives and dies individually. This understanding emphasizes the importance of cultivating healthy and inspiring relationships, where the exchange of energy and mutual support strengthens personal and spiritual growth, rather than hindering or diverting from the path of self-discovery and fulfillment. We sincerely hope that the reflections shared in this video have deeply touched you, prompting you to contemplate and seek a deeper connection with yourself. Each word was carefully chosen to nurture your journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. If you resonated with the themes discussed, we invite you to engage with us. Leave a like if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the Seeds of Mystic Wisdom channel for more spiritual insights. And most importantly, share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice is crucial in enriching our community and inspiring other seekers. Together, we can continue exploring paths that lead us to self-discovery and spiritual development. May this inner journey be a constant source of growth and transformative insights. Until the next stage of discoveries and learnings.